10 seconds. Good morning, folks. Oh my goodness. It's the morning show. It's the morning buzz here on WMSC, Upper Montclair. We are not live on, I guess we are live on Facebook, actually. Are we?
Hi, Metamates. Yeah, we're live.
Yes. Okay, just making sure our connection is good. I'm in the studio today. My lovely co-hosts are scattered, introducing them. The wonderful Lara Zaccardi and Victor Muñiz Rosa. Oh my gosh, you guys. It's summer. It's still summer.
We're almost at the end, though.
Like, it's August now, you know, that's kind of the news. Before we get to the news is that, yeah, I'm kind of amazed at how fast July went. Any thoughts on that?
I don't know. I feel like July is usually a long month, you know? Is it just me?
It went too quick for me. It really did. How about you, Victor?
Yeah. Well, like Boys to Men once said, you know, we're in the end of the road, and you know, it's like it's almost there. We're feeling it. Like I'm gonna be there soon in New Jersey, so you know, it's the end of the road. The end of the road.
That's actually breaking. I mean, we've talked about it before, like in the recent weeks, but like it's still news. He's coming back in the fall, folks. Period. I'm scared.
Yeah.
I'm scared for all of us in the best way possible. I just feel like, okay, literally the comeback kid, it's over.
It's over. It's over.
Yeah. I want you guys to know before we begin, first of all, it's a beautiful day here at Montclair State. I wore, this is so sad for me. Because you're not here to physically see it, but I'm wearing my Devils shirt. Because I just feel like there's not really, it's like, okay, I don't do the sports segment. There's not really a way for me to get in it except to always make it a big deal when we're about to do sports. And I feel like that wasn't enough. So I just want you to know that that's what I'm wearing today.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, sports. We're not going to do that right now, though.
Not right now, though. We're going to get into our newscast. So let's take that away.
A little news update for you guys. So for national news, President Joe Biden traveled to Rehoboth Beach, Delaware yesterday after he ended his isolation in the White House following 2 negative tests for COVID. Biden told reporters he was feeling great as he walked out of the White House to board Marine One on his way to his home state, where First Lady Jill Biden has been staying during his COVID infection. For New Jersey news, a truck driver passed away after his tractor trailer veered off of Route 8 in Elmwood Park, crashed through the guardrail, plunged off the overpass, and caught on fire around 8:30 p.m. on Saturday.
Oh my gosh.
I know, man, the world is really crazy out here. PSA, please drive safely. But the investigation indicates that a tractor trailer traveled in the right shoulder, struck the guardrail, and continued to curb the median and through on the exit 61 on ramp. Rounding off for Montclair news, Glenridge Ave will be closed from North Willow to Forest Street between 7 a.m. and 4 p.m. next week. The closure will start today, Monday, August 8th, and will run through Friday, August 12th. The reason for the closure is that the workers will be installing a glass panel fixture that will serve as artwork for the Midtown parking deck. Here at Montclair State, I'm not at Montclair State, but I heard it's beautiful.
It is.
It is currently 79 degrees and partially sunny, or partially cloudy, I should say. Lol. Today has a high of 94 and a low of 76. It is going to be a hot one today, folks. So PSA, please stay hydrated.
Come on. We're here to remind you of the important things. 2 things. One, immediately when there's a closure on Glenridge Ave, I think it's a block party. I lived on Pine Street between Claremont and Glenridge Ave for a long time. I think it's cool. They're going to do a glass panel fixture, but just saying, oh my gosh, seriously, may as well have a party to celebrate it after. And also, I took a picture of the view from the School of Communication and Media today as I was coming, because you could actually see, you weren't wrong about it being partially cloudy or partially sunny, because it's a little bit of both, right? And I have the perfect representation of that, but I guess I'll just have to share it later some way, because I'm not on the screen today.
We'll figure it out.
We will figure it out.
But I think it's that time.
It's actually that time, though.
Sports. Sports. And when I cover sports, it's just MLB, because
MLB.
all the other sports are out of season, I think.
No, you're
Yes.
right. You're right. You're right.
They are, right? They are.
Yes.
Big
yes.
brain, big brain, big brain. Okay, so yesterday the Yankees played the St. Louis Cardinals and they lost 9-12. And fun fact, well, not a fun fact if you're a Yankees fan like myself, this is the Yankees' 5th loss in a row. But this leaves the Yankees standing to 70-39. Yesterday, the Mets played the Atlanta Braves and they won 5-2. This is actually their 3rd win in a row, but this leaves the Mets standing with 69-39. So it's very, very, very close here, you guys. The Yankees are playing the Seattle Mariners tonight at 10:10, and the Mets are playing the Cincinnati Reds at 7:10. So, sports. More
Yeah,
like
what
and
happened?
I want to add a little sports news. Sam Mills, football player, just got inducted into the Hall of Fame, the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So, he was some Montclair State alumni. So, congrats to him.
Congratulations.
After a whole year, not a whole year, a whole decade or few decades of career, he finally got inducted into the Hall of Fame. So, Red Hawk.
Go Red Hawks. Well,
Mhm.
Victor didn't know the sportscast was going to be collaborative today, but I love it.
Yeah, I just wanted to add because I've seen like Montclair was covering it, so I was like, oh, maybe we should add a little, and that's it. A little cherry on top. Yeah, exactly.
You know what? I was researching it now in my emails because I know I got an alert for this, but unfortunately, I was not able to find the actual story. And forgive me if I'm misspeaking, but I do want to mention that I read a story that a former alumni was also inducted, I believe, also in the Football Hall of Fame here, but he was posthumously honored. I guess he passed away recently and he was relatively young. And I hate that I don't have the name off the top of my head, but it's just, I didn't want to miss the opportunity to mention it. And at some point during the show, I will make sure to update us on that. I just wanted to honor that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I
However
don't
I
know
could.
either.
I'm
I know
sorry.
Sam Mills. I saw Sam Mills got inducted. I don't know if anybody else, but if you have the name, we'll say it on the air.
Yeah, I need to look for it. I'm
I'm also
actually
looking
dealing
for it.
with some connection coming back here. I might be able to be live on our feed. It looks like I'm joining the chat right now visually.
Ooh,
Crossing our fingers.
And here I am. Here I am, folks. All right, hold on.
I love, okay, for those of you who are tuning in on iHeartRadio, Olive is wearing some sassy shades today, and I love it.
What I will say,
You got some gold on the side, okay.
Wait 1 sec. Repeat yourself. I was getting some feedback here.
Oh, I was like, for those of you like who are, listening on iHeart, Olive is wearing the sassiest sunglasses today. Got little gold embellishments on the side.
I swear I'm not bragging. It's just that I have this very bad habit. When I go to Italy, since the first time I've been going, I have to go to the Versace store. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh my
sorry.
God.
I'm sorry. So, I'm just trying to block the haters, guys. Not that I'm looking at you. It's just that I'm online now and you never know who's watching. So let's get on to the next story.
PSA,
I'm actually so
watch out.
excited to be hands-free because I was not really how you say feeling it, because I feel like now I'm actually looking at y'all and I can feel like we're together a little more than I was before.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can see the New Jersey Devil shirt. Like, let's
What can
go.
I say? All right.
Sports.
I will say one more thing before we really end the sportscast. One thing about me is y'all know I don't know not one thing about sports really. I sincerely do not, but I love live sporting events. And I grew up watching a lot of basketball. Like when the Nets were in Jersey, I would go with my mom like often. And since they're not here anymore, I kind of transitioned to hockey, which I used to watch a lot uh, when I went to Montclair High School because we had a great team. So I kind of feel like, I don't know, I'm just feeling very sporty today. And I just needed to I don't know why today's the day that I'm like going on this kick, but shirt, update, sports. You feel me? We're going
Yeah,
to get
yeah,
into
of
our
course.
first news story today. All right, y'all. Let's just hope that the people that are listening to right now are in traffic because that means you're already sitting down. Senate passes sweeping climate, health, and tax package, putting Democrats on cusp of historic win. Y'all, all right. I'm not even going to elaborate. Yesterday, Senate Democrats narrowly passed a sweeping climate and economic package, putting President Joe Biden and his party on the cusp of a big legislative victory just 3 months before the crucial November midterm elections. How are we at this point in the timeline? According to NBC, after a marathon overnight Senate session, the 51-50 vote was strictly along party lines, with all Republicans voting no and all Democrats voting yes. After Vice President Kamala Harris cast the tie-breaking vote, Democrats stood and applauded. The legislation called the Inflation Reduction Act now heads to the House, which plans to return from its summer recess on Friday, pass the legislation, and send it back to Biden's desk for his signature. A special thank you to our wonderful news director, Sal DiMaggio, for explaining the story so well in our station's Discord. He said, quote, in order to fight inflation, the bill lessens our deficit by 300 billion. I'm just going to run that back for y'all. 300 billion. It will raise money through taxing corporations, a minimum of 15%, closing tax loopholes, increasing IRS tax enforcement, and addressing prescription drug price reform. Hallelujah. It will use some of this money to extend the Affordable Care Act, rather informally known as Obamacare, to more people by lowering premiums and allows Medicare to negotiate drug prices and caps out-of-pocket costs to $2,000. It's making healthcare more affordable to more Americans. It will also address climate change in various ways. The bill aims to reduce carbon emissions by 40% by 2030. The leftover money is used to reduce the deficit. Leftover money. Let me tell you something. You know what? No, y'all can rant first, but so when I hear reduce carbon emissions by 40%, that means Kylie Jenner is going to stop taking the jet, right? 40 minutes away.
Yep.
That means corporations are going to chill and stop dumping oil into the ocean. I don't care if it was an accident. Why are you even doing what you're doing?
Mm-hmm.
We want to forget about the pipeline, right? Remember that? Remember standing with them? It's scary out here.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I see, the bright side, the silver lining, and we're getting, more money for Affordable Care Act. Many people don't have health insurance, and thanks to the university, I have health insurance. But if it wasn't for the university, I'd be like, using God for everything. Like, God, please protect me because
Right.
I don't want to pay for the doctor. I don't want to pay for his hospital bills. But thankfully, university is helping me with that. And it's important to people have health care. I think it's a basic right. So there's more money coming in for that type of stuff, and Medicare and climate change. That is so important because we only have one planet, so we have to save it. We have to be conscious environmentally. So please, hope this money is used in the right places, not like, we did the bill and then the money goes somewhere else. No, it has to go to these types of
Oh, you
places.
mean like historically? What's been
Yeah,
happening? Oh, okay, yeah. Let's hope the
yeah.
cycle doesn't repeat yet again.
Yeah, exactly. Like at least like in some places, like, oh, we have this money for this, but oh, we're gonna use it for another thing because why not? And like, no, like use it for the right thing, which is, healthcare and climate change.
What I will say is that, you know, how dare the United States consider itself so many things when most of America, most, not all, I'm just going to say that, have to resort to the big fat Greek wedding healing processes of putting Windex on every cut and scrape because y'all don't have proper health care. Y'all remember that movie?
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember.
He's like, oh, broken leg, put Windex on it. Like, literally, why are y'all having us live like this?
Mhm.
The kids are starving. We got people that have to choose between gas in their car to get to their job that's paying their bills with the roof over their head, or getting that cut that's starting to turn green, taking care of that.
Mhm.
Come on. This is something else. All right, let's keep the news
Something
moving.
else.
Let's keep it moving.
Well, after China's military spectacle, options narrow for winning over Taiwan. China's 72-hour spectacle of missiles, warships, and jet fighters swarming Taiwan was designed to create a firewall, a blazing made for television warning against what Beijing sees as an increasingly stubborn defiance backed by Washington of its claim to the island. A Chinese Navy captain said in a People's Liberation Army video about the exercise, quote, "We're maintaining a high state of alert, ready for battle at all times, able to fight at any time," declared Su Guanhong. "We have the determination and ability to mount a painful, direct attack against any invaders who would wreak unification of the motherland and would show no mercy. But even if China's display of military might discourage other Western politicians from emulating Nancy Pelosi, who enraged Beijing by visiting Taiwan, it also narrows hopes for winning over the island through negotiations. Beijing's shock and awe tactics may deepen skepticism in Taiwan that it can ever reach a peaceful and lasting settlement with the Chinese Communist Party, especially under Xi Jinping as its leader. Taiwan has never been ruled by the Communist Party, but Beijing maintains that it is historically and legally part of Chinese territories. The Chinese nationalist forces who fled to Taiwan in 1949 after losing the Civil War also long asserted that the island was part of a greater China they had ruled. But since Taiwan emerged as a democracy in the 1990s, growing numbers of its people see themselves as vastly different in values and culture from the People's Republic of China. The political skepticism towards authoritarian China has persisted and even deepened as Taiwan's economic ties to the mainland expanded. Yeah, this is very, 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 very complicated. And because some people don't consider Taiwan a country, Taiwan is a country, and Nancy Pelosi got out there for some reason, and like, why is this
Victor,
like this is
I
Don't even
started.
get me started
Yeah,
on
no.
Nance, bro.
Yeah, no. She got on my nerves last week. Let me just say something. It's giving World War III vibes again. We're back in that mood. Oh, hello. By the way, I'm back. You said Sam Mills, yes?
Yes,
Earlier?
Sam Mills.
Okay, so we were talking about the same person. I think when you said congratulations to him, of course, congratulations to him and his family, but he did pass away in
Yeah,
2004 or
he
5.
into that. Yeah.
And I don't know why I like, I guess, felt the need to express that part, but I
Mhm.
just think it's so, it's not that I love that he's gone. I just love the effort on Montclair State's part to memorialize someone. It's been over 15 years. That just, as someone that just came out of Montclair State, for all students, it's just a reminder that what you do matters. People do,
Mhm.
they do see you, when you're doing your best and making a name for yourself, and I guess it was important to say.
Yeah, and it is, Sam's Bistro, is because of Sam Mills. So, fun fact.
Oh my gosh. You know what? Yeah, we need to take a break because my mind is blown. All right. See y'all in a minute.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting.
We're back on the bus. Good morning. We're back on the bus. Y'all, it's Olive. I got Victor. Lara's on the way. We are the Monday Morning Buzz. And let me tell you
And
something.
Laura is back.
The queen has entered the court.
I just watched a really weird TikTok I thought I'd share. So the caption says, quote, Walmart clearance is so gas. I always find the best deals ever. And on the shelf, there's a half-eaten hot dog.
Woo.
No lies were detected in the making of that TikTok. Oh my gosh.
Anyway,
yeah.
Not the clearance being gas, though. Let me tell you something. It is, though. It's either that or you're going to find that shampoo you can't find anywhere else for half off. And I'm not mad about that. Y'all, but I'm going to tell you what people are mad about. It's not great. Travelers endure more than 1,000. Let me just 1,300 domestic flight cancellations over the weekend. That's an unfathomable number for some reason for me. Like that. First of all, that's just so many flights.
Yeah. It's horrible.
It takes forever just to take the one that I'd be taking. Like, according to the flight tracking site FlightAware, this weekend marked another punishing weekend for travel for more than 1,300 flights. And they were canceled between Saturday and Sunday. That is insane for 2 days. Mm-hmm. On Saturday, there were nearly 660 cancellations within, into, or out of the United States, FlightAware reported. Yesterday, by 1 p.m., another 740 flights had also been canceled. Newark Liberty International, Chicago Midway International Airport, and Chicago O'Hare International Airport, aka actual HE double hockey sticks on earth. Who designed that airport in an atrium style? It makes no sense. Anyway, these were 3 different airports that topped the list as having the most canceled and most delayed flights on Sunday. Saturday's delays climbed to Is this right? 7,000? No, that's got to be 1,250 within, into, or out of the United States. By 1 p.m. on Sunday, FlightAware reported nearly 3,000 delays within, into, or out of the United States. Southwest Airlines and United Airlines appeared to top the list for the delays. And these delays come in days after the U.S. Department of Transportation announced they would consider extending the circumstances for which passengers would be entitled to refunds if their plans were disrupted. I don't even know what to make of that last bit.
It's insane. It's insane. Like, going to an airport is already such a stressful moment. Imagine your flight getting canceled and everything that's going on in the airport. Like, you're like, oh, like, I hate going to the airport. Like, I don't like the airport. Like, I hate getting on a plane. I hate everything about an airport. The only thing that I like about the airport is I'm going somewhere. And besides that, like, I hate it. Like, it's the thing I hate the most. If I don't have to take a plane, like if I have to take the Amtrak or something, I'd rather take the Amtrak because it's more comfortable, and then you see everything, the sightseeing, like, oh, look at that. But like the plane, like, I don't know, I don't like it. I never liked it.
The airport is like a traumatic experience.
Yes.
Like, I remember we missed our flight coming back from Cabo, and we were in North Carolina. We had to sleep there overnight on some crusty cots. I was
not the cots being crusty.
They were so crusty.
I
got 5 minutes of sleep that night.
Oh my god.
Not non-consecutive. 5 minutes.
I feel bad. I feel bad for all these people, like, and
oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm not laughing at you. It's just that I can't. I know you were sleeping 1 minute at a time. Those 5 minutes were absolutely not one after the other. Like, I know you. I can't. I'm laughing because they're like, what do you even say? What do you even say? First of all, you started cramming us in like sardines. I don't know why this is breaking me. This is so funny. You first started cramming us in like sardines. Basically, people have to ride in each other's laps if you buy an economy ticket. And now you want to delay, cancel this, that. Please, like, I can't. And here's what I'm going to repeat this because I just think it's hilarious considering everything else that's going on. The U.S. Department of Transportation announced it would consider extending the circumstances. First and foremost, if you don't announce a state of emergency in these airports already, because that people that get their tickets on these third-party sites, they need like an act of God to get a refund. They seriously do. And if y'all are screwing up because you can't keep your wires uncrossed, then you need to do something to help the people out because you already are making things difficult for people. I'm telling you, people are gonna, I mean, some people just got to get to where they're going. Like, I would say, I'll relegate all my travel to trains or whatever. I can't do that. My grandmother lives in Brazil. Everybody in my family lives in Brazil. How am I going to get there? The Panama Canal? Like, how else am I going to get there? How else am I going to get there?
Well, if you're me living in Puerto Rico, I have to take the plane. So that's why, like, that's the most stressful part. Like, oh, I gotta take a plane to New Jersey. Like, oh,
I started to love it.
Things.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But you know what, guys, you're gonna be very jealous of me right now. But I've perfected sleeping on an airplane.
Well,
I've perfected it.
How?
I'm telling you, I perfected. First of all, the sitting and having to fall asleep part, that is something you got to go through extensive training. You got to you can practice in your bed by trying to stay in the same position when you go to sleep and wake up in that position, which is more of a subconscious effort, but it is possible. And then you just translate it and then you block it out because it's trauma and that's it. And then you go to therapy and then, no, I'm kidding. But, maybe I should make a YouTube video explaining my tricks because that little pillow and that blanket that they give you, usually that's for an international flight, but I've perfected using those as my tools. I perfected that into turning them into actual useful material Because really, I feel like a lot of the time it just looks like before I perfected my methods, it looked like it was just for show, these pillows and these blankets. I mean, seriously,
Yeah.
it's just there, right? Because really, who's sleeping? But
Mm-hmm.
basically, I
Yeah.
say this all to say is I got to get you on the same page because you could literally take a nap and wake up in Newark Airport and we got to get you there. So you start to hate
Yeah.
things less.
Yeah. Yeah, but for me it's very stressful and like I don't like it. But you know, I'm
Rather
gonna
not,
start
right?
yeah, I'm gonna start, you know, doing, you know, I'm gonna start to love it soon. Like maybe, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Victor, I'm going to tell you like this. You're already on track to go so far in life. You're going to have to get used to taking a flight or two, babes.
Yeah.
Babes, you're going to have to love it because if you don't,
Mhm.
you're going to have a miserable time. All right, on to our next story. I mean,
Oof,
who better to tell this story right now? We're
of
gonna transition
course.
into some freaky news.
Yes. Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson end their relationship. I don't know. Can I say this? Well, Pete and Kim is no more. A source close to the couple tells CNN Kim Kardashian and comedian Pete Davidson have ended their relationship. The source said, quote, they did break up this week amicably due to distance and schedules. The pair, who became Instagram official in March and made their red carpet debut in May, have been romantically linked since October 2021. In an episode of her Hulu series, Kardashian opened up about meeting Davidson when she hosted Saturday Night Live and making a connection with him. Kardashian said, quote, I did SNL, and then when we kissed in the scene, it was just a vibe. She said on the show, noting that Davidson did not attend the after show party. Later, she said she decided to pursue him. She said, quote, I called the producer at SNL and was like, hey, do you have Pete's number? And they were like, yeah. I texted him. I wasn't even thinking like, oh my God, I'm going to be in a relationship with him. Well, you know, the end of the road for Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson, also known as the ship name Keith. Keith? Yes, Keith. I thought it was like Kanye's nickname to him, and I know that's not okay for me. So I was like, when I read that at first, I was like, whoa.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
There are
Okay.
many things that mark Kanye's descent into a mental spiral, and
Mhm.
that did not help. That was like gasoline on the flames. I'm sorry. It really was.
Yes.
Mhm.
I'm not even laughing at it. Like, it's one of those things where I have to laugh to keep from crying because actually it was very humiliating. I
Yes.
don't even know what I would do, honestly, in
Yeah.
his position. But I also, like, I would just say one thing about this and one thing only. I did not know they were still dating. The fact that I even knew they were at one point dating, I'm like, okay, y'all broke up, and like, I think y'all forgot about y'all other publicity stunt where y'all already broke up like 8 months ago. What happened to that?
They did.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't even know. Maybe it's because I don't care, but it's just Pete Davidson, you are a menace. Okay. That is crazy. One time I went, you know what? I'm not even gonna tell the story, but basically I took one of my exes. I have like 2 exes, but one of them, I took him to a Pete Davidson show for our first date, like when Pete Davidson was just getting a start. And let me tell you something. Just connecting all of these events to that person that I saw standing on the stage is absolutely hilarious. You had asked me if he would have been shacking up with Kim Kardashian then, I would have hee-hawed in your face, bro. Like, and this is just, again, the simulation is bugging out. That's all I gotta
No,
say.
but like it's not even Kim Kardashian. Before that, he was with Kate Beckinsale. Before that, he was engaged with Ariana Grande. Like,
I
what is
do remember
happening?
that. I do
Yeah, like
remember that.
Like,
this is
I want to be
insane.
honest.
Yo, somebody, here's my thing though. This is not my opinion. I'm not expressing, nor am I criticizing his physicality. But somebody's I only say that because sometimes there are these kind of like events in Hollywood where you're like, how is this person dating all of these legends? Somebody said Pete Davidson looked like Beetlejuice before he died.
Oh my God. That's a
Yo,
racist
and I'm
ass. I
like,
agree. I agree.
the thing is, like, I don't even agree or disagree. It's just an observation that I'm going to enjoy and kind of try to wrap my brain matter around the fact that he dated Kate Beckinsale, which was like one of the most esteemed actors of our generation at one point. I
Mhm.
swear the news is breaking me today. So we're going to take a short break because I got to get it
Woo.
together.
Let's go. Oh my God.
So I'm Debbie Biskey. I'm the executive director of the Bridge Women's Center. Bridge Women's Center is a pregnancy center for women with
Saying that, well, first of all, shout out to all women's centers. I appreciate that PSA so much. I also want to include the Shani Baraka Center in Newark, New Jersey, another women's center that I helped erect a few years ago. And I just have to say, this work is necessary. It's vital to communities, not only for women, but for the gay and trans community, you know, the LGBTQ plus community. It's an extremely vital asset. And I just wanted to make sure we took a moment to acknowledge not only the Bridge Women's Center, whose PSA you just heard, but to give a shout out to the Shani Baraka Center, whom I love. Shout out to Susu. Yes. And now to an update that I reported on this story a few weeks ago. And let me just
Yeah.
say something to y'all. Justice, she has her day, and that day has arrived. Okay. A woman flashed
Woo.
a white privilege card after being pulled over. Before I even continue the story, I would like to say that this woman was not white. Okay. She was not white. Let me just complicate the story for y'all before we even get into it, because y'all hearing this story for the first time, get this. About 3 weeks ago, here on the Morning Buzz, we covered a story about a woman who was pulled over and gave the officer a white privilege card. The update is that those officers are in trouble, baby. Oh, sweet justice. According to the Anchorage Daily News, to Anchorage, Alaska, police, and that's 2 TWO as of the number 2. Police officers violated department policy during a traffic stop last month when a woman in town for a rally by former President Donald Trump showed them a white privilege card instead of a driver's license and was not ticketed. Get this. Officers Nicholas Bowe and Charles Warland were with the impaired driving enforcement unit and conducted a traffic stop on July 7th for, quote, a car weaving in the lane. Okay, so this was not like a stop and frisk, so to speak. Okay. The driver showed a white privilege card during the stop. And I don't mean as a joke in addition to her license. I mean, that's it.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm over it. The officers did not immediately respond to a message syncing comment Friday. Days after the traffic stop, Mimi. Oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness, excuse me.
Bless
That
you.
was thank you. That was a sneeze absolutely arresting me right now. But days after the traffic stop, Mimi Israela said in a Facebook post that she was pulled over for weaving at 3:43 a.m. while driving to a pizzeria in Anchorage after arriving on an early morning flight from California for Trump's rally. Listen, that's either, I'm not going to infer that she was driving drunk, but it was either that or texting. And at that hour, maybe you tailgated after the Trump rally. Anyway, she couldn't find her driver's license, according to a now deleted post. In a message posted to the Anchorage Police Department's website, Chief Michael Curley said he wanted to, quote, personally address the community to provide some clarity regarding their internal standards of conduct. Another police spokesperson said both officers remain employed by the department. Funny how you want to, quote, personally address the community to provide some clarity regarding their internal standards of conduct. Yet I've gleaned nothing more from this story except for the fact that you're just saying that because they're still employed. And by the way, if you want to see the disgusting evidence of this, the picture that we had in this news story when I saw it was the woman and the cop leaning by her open window and then posing with the white privilege card hanging out her window. Absolutely disgraceful. On top of the fact that, I'm sorry, sis, you're clearly not white. You need to face the music. You need to face the music. On top of that, it's poisonous. How dare you make a public spectacle, damn near entertainment, for killing Black lives? And you know what? I'm not even going to go there. I'm not even going to go there, but it's just a very weird balance. This is weird. They say everything in this universe has an equal and opposite reaction. I'm still disgusted. I'm still, what have you guys actually done? They're still working. And by the way, now that I'm thinking of this, when I think about that picture, listen, I feel a buzz theory developing.
A buzz theory?
I
Just a
do,
buzz
because
theory.
the picture that we saw was not at nighttime. This was 3:43 a.m., the traffic stop. I'm inclined to think that they had a photo op after the fact.
Maybe. Just a theory.
Just a theory, a buzz theory. Let's get on to the next story.
Let's go. This one is very interesting, just with the headline.
More crazy.
Man hospitalized after oh my God, my tongue is tied. Man hospitalized after giving himself a nose job, prompting YouTube to remove DIY rhinoplasty video. A Brazilian man was hospitalized after performing a nose job on himself, prompting YouTube to remove a video tutorial on DIY rhinoplasty. After visiting the ER unit following the DIY rhinoplasty procedure, the patient was visited by an on-site mental health team before being referred to an oral and maxillofacial team. The health department said in an email, and quote, the team carried out cleaning and dressing of the wounds and provided guidance on the necessary care. He was discharged from the hospital on the same day. The man was referred to an oral and maxillofacial specialty team and a psychological service for longer-term care. Brazilian media outlet G1 reported that the patient watched YouTube tutorials on how to do an at-home rhinoplasty, consequently copying the procedure that trained medical professionals should only carry out. Why do this? Like, I know we're in bad times, but rhinoplasty, like homemade DIY, no, that's another level.
Yeah, this is beyond doing it for the Vine. Okay, the last two stories, y'all really need to, I guarantee these people don't have a job. I'm telling you right now, because if you had a job or go wash some dishes, that's what they say in Brazil. Vai lavar uma louça. Go wash some dishes. Go do something else, because what you're doing right now is not it, baby. It's not it. Go get a little job somewhere to keep yourself busy, and so that you don't have any off time, because what you are doing with your free time is not making any sense. Okay.
Definitely.
It's not making sense. I don't care if you don't have money, if you don't want to this, if you don't want to that. If you need to have a procedure, you go to a doctor. Period. What is going on? This reminded me of a TikTok trend of how to make a gap in your teeth.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm not even going to describe what I once saw against my will. They should have a trigger warning on that stuff. I swear. Lots more crazy
No,
going on in the
that's
news.
yes, 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 yes.
Man arrested for stealing excavator, digging up ground outside of Salt Lake City grocery store.
Wow.
Okay. A man was arrested after stealing an excavator, from a construction site, and he drove it a mile before digging up the ground near a grocery store. Multiple witnesses called 911 around noon on Saturday to report a man randomly digging in the grass strip and sidewalk outside Smith's at 828 South 900 West. According to court documents, 46-year-old Omar Ortega stole the excavator from a construction site near 900 South and 300 West after it was left running. Crews at the site then followed him as he drove the machine to the grocery store a mile west. Police also said a crowd of people at the store prevented the suspect from leaving before officers arrived. The
Wow.
total cost of damages to the city from the incident was estimated at over $40,000. $40,500 is the figure quoted here. Bail has been set at $1,000. There's a few things with the story. You know me, I'm going to just
Yeah.
dive right in.
Let's go.
All right. When I think of grass strip at a grocery store, I think of like those grass strips to break up the parking.
Hmm.
How is that $40,000? Explain. Yeah. Okay. Now I know where they're getting the money for the bill. We're just taking it. Like where? Yeah, I don't get it. And I don't get how you can cause that much damage and the bail be set at $1,000. That has to be a 10% deal right there. There's no way.
Yeah, like that's a lot of money, but still, like I think it should be more because the damages were 40,000. Like, I don't know, something doesn't comply here.
Yeah, it's
So,
not making a lot of sense, but a lot of this news doesn't make a lot of sense.
That's true.
I
That's true.
don't know. I have the best time looking into this crazy news because sometimes I wake up and I wonder, like, okay, like I do my little mental checklist. Am I on track for where I want to be? Am I who I want to be? Am I a man of my word, And
Mhm.
no matter how much I may struggle one day or the next, I'm never stealing an excavator from a construction site and driving it to a grocery store and digging up the parking grass strip. I'm never doing that. So
Yeah, never.
I guess I'm not that far off target. I mean,
Mhm.
I got to be doing okay, right?
Yeah, and like he did it for no reason. Like he just did it because like
I'm
there's no
confused.
reason. Exactly. Like there's no purpose on his actions. He just did it because probably bored. I don't know. Like what's happening? Like why do you do this illegally? Like why excavate a random grocery store? What is happening?
I'm not going to lie. I was waiting for them to mention gas station K2 or bath salts.
Mm-hmm.
And it was giving Florida man vibes. So I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
Like it's giving it's giving unhinged. I don't
yeah.
know.
It was unhinged. Yeah.
I do want to say one thing though, because I think it's important to mention if you have a loved one or a friend that for no explicit reason does something like this, please observe them and reach out for help because there are a lot of mental illnesses that kind of emerge with this confusing behavior or a drastic change in behavior or like a random episode like this, from bipolar disorder even to dementia, Alzheimer, like I just want to mention that, people can have a psychotic break, schizophrenia. I do want to mention that although, it's somewhat of an entertaining story, that sometimes the reality of these things are that people need help and support. And I hope that whatever's going on, because drug use was not detailed, really, we don't know the truth, right? But I hope that this man can find some peace because getting an excavator and driving it a mere mile down the road and digging up a grass strip, it does not seem malicious, but it's absolutely it seems like it's out of character.
It
We're-
definitely is. It
Yeah, I
definitely
would say.
is.
I don't know the guy, but in any case, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
More than 5 million Americans
We can't hear you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you.
Okay.
Well, radio he listened to you, but I couldn't hear you through the Zoom.
But you know what's wild? I could hear you. I could hear you, baby.
Ooh,
Thanks for
let's
saving me
go.
there.
Of
I was
course.
saying, welcome back to the Buzz. You know, my name is Olive. I'm here with my amazing co-host, the illustrious Victor Muñiz Rosa, and the Queen Girl
Ooh.
Queen, Lara Zaccardi.
Woo, let's
You know,
go.
you know, I just want to say for me, it was a slam dunk saying what I said, and then immediately an Alzheimer's PSA playing. I mean,
Mhm.
I just want to look at the soundboard and say, babe, I love you. Thank you so much for that. I feel like we just conspired, and that was amazing.
Yeah,
That was great.
amazing. Yeah.
So we have a couple more crazy stories to get into before we turn you over to your day, folks. Let's jog up those brain cells before we leave you.
Of course. Family says cows broke into their new house in Montana.
Mm.
A Washington family was shocked to discover that bovines moved into their new house in Montana. A poster on Reddit's "Well, That Sucks" section shared pictures of a new home that was taken over by cattle. This big guy and 3 of his friends got into our newly built Montana house and proceeded to live there for a month before being found. Several commenters said the house might very well need to be gutted and refloored due to the damage, and urged the poster to talk to an insurance company. The woman said about the situation, and quote, the house is on my aunt's property. We currently live in Washington and we're planning to move over at the end of the year. We assumed she was going down every now and then and again to check on the house. Guess she wasn't. Cattle guy has a lot of acreage and looked for his cows, even filed a report for stolen cattle. He looked in our shed, but not in the house because he thought someone was living there. Cattleman has already contacted contractors to come out and appraise house. We have all this info, but unfortunately, we are back in Washington at this time. So it's going to be a process. I'm going to become a vegetarian to please the cow gods so that this will never happen again. Wow,
Um,
what a story.
I honestly don't. At this point, I just feel like y'all ever play Roller Coaster Tycoon?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, this whole reality is Sims mixed with Roller Coaster Tycoon, mixed with, because it's just like I never played that game, but maybe some Animal Crossing, just some cows breaking in, just some.
Mm,
What was that farm game on
uh,
Facebook?
Farmville. Wow, that takes me back.
Whoa, yeah, that's I never played it, but I know some people racked up major debt. That was like
Yeah.
one of the first, like, I mean, yeah, there was listen, scams have been run on the internet, but somehow Farmville was the biggest one. I can't that and Candy Crush, y'all be
Oof.
blowing mine. Oh my God.
Mhm.
Now, here's some great news for some of our morning buzzers, because yeah, y'all are listening, but I'm sure most of y'all, I mean, some of y'all might be dragging your behinds to work. So if you're a person that loves your sleep, you need to have it. And there's, I mean, yeah,
There's a place for
yeah,
you. There's a
exactly. There's a
place.
place for you. Okay. Casper is hiring professional nappers with, and this is a quote, exceptional sleeping ability. Okay. This is from the job post. A mattress brand is hiring for a position where sleeping on the job is not only accepted, it's mandatory. Casper, a New York based company founded in 2014, is hiring Casper sleepers to sleep for a living. According to Casper's job posting, Casper sleepers will sleep in our stores and in unexpected settings out in the world. I'm just imagining a pop up in the middle of like Times Square, just like a mattress. Like, that is really some marketing right there. Unfortunately, there will be some work required when employees are awake. Namely, they'll have to create social media content sharing their experience as professional sleepers. The job application is open until August 11th. The ideal candidate should have an exceptional sleeping ability, a desire to sleep as much as possible, and of course, the ability to sleep through anything. In addition to being paid to sleep, successful candidates will enjoy being able to wear pajamas to work, limited free Casper products, and the flexibility of a part-time schedule. Aspiring sleepers are encouraged to show off their sleep skills on TikTok as part of their application.
Wow, I love this.
I'm
Like you get to
applying.
you're a TikTok influencer, plus, you get to sleep on the
They want to
job.
see those likes. They want to see those follows, baby. They said, listen, if you are not nobody, don't come. You can't just be nobody and be sleeping over here.
Yeah,
Okay. You bet.
exactly.
I might
Oh
apply.
my gosh.
Like TBH. I think I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna be disgusted with myself if you don't.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna
I
feel like, okay, I didn't support you enough.
I
Like,
love sleep. I literally love sleeping so much. Like I try to get as much of it as
oh
possible.
my gosh.
Well, sleep is important. So you gotta get at least them 8 hours.
That's a
So
prerequisite for this job.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
I gotta start making TikToks now.
And I gotta say,
Yeah.
I kind of apply too because the last requirement is ability to sleep through anything. I'm a deep sleeper. Like I can literally sleep through anything. Like I can sleep through parties. I can sleep through anything. So I'd be a perfect candidate
Oh,
also.
you're one of those. Oh,
Yes,
pardon
yes,
me. Pardon me.
yes.
Here's my thing, Victor. I'm going to bring it back. You're going to hate me right now. Where's that energy when we're on the plane? Okay, so let's close out with the.
Well, okay. On the plane, yeah, on the plane. I don't know why on the plane
No,
it's like very hard for me. Like I'm
I'm
so uncomfortable.
1000% joking. I'm 1000% joking. I'm pulling your leg for real, for real. Listen, okay, closing thoughts. I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. It's Monday and I feel like we have a really strong start. I feel really good after this show. How about
Mhm.
y'all?
Yeah, I feel great at 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, and I love radio, and hopefully I'll have more opportunities to be a DJ. And yeah, I love being here with you guys. obviously soon I would like to see you, in person. So yeah, WMSC, love you guys.
It's really around the corner. This has been the Monday Morning Buzz here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. Y'all have a wonderful week. We'll see you soon.
No,
This is Charles
demos.
Osgood. You're listening to